we founded Ellergreen to lead a renaissance in hydropower in the Lake District. My background was with lots of different kinds of renewables, but hydro really it's the most proven, it's the most durable, and also it fits incredibly well into the Lake District environment. We've got lots of hills, it rains a lot, there's a huge amount of potential here.
Since we began, we have 15 hydro projects that we've constructed across Cumbria. Today we'd like to talk to you about one of our projects called Killington Hydro, which is on a reservoir next to the M6. This scheme is slightly different in that actually the infrastructure is mostly already present. The scheme is actually putting a turbine on an existing drawdown pipe on the reservoir. The water's been flowing out this reservoir for a long time without producing any power, and the energy's there. It's worthwhile to produce electricity from infrastructure that's existing with no new construction work to do so apart from a small building and a turbine. So it's a very simple project, and it's very worthwhile, and it's certainly something that should be done more and more.
The other thing about hydro is actually it's very low impact. You don't see it. It really sits in its environment, and we've taken it obviously going above and beyond that. We take great pains to actually build schemes that fit into their environment. Right, another thing that we love about hydro at Ellergreen is that actually we can deliver projects that are incredibly local. We can design them locally. We can source all the materials, including actually the turbines and generators, from our partners Jilks and Kendall locally. We can do everything locally, and that's really important to us. It's all part of our thoughts around sustainability.
Typically these projects will attract investment that then goes into the local area. When you build a hydro scheme, your contractors, you can't use someone who's a long distance away. It's just not economic. So you use local contractors, and Killington is a good example of that. The contractor there is based literally 15 miles away, and the main cost is actually the civils construction. That often 3/4 of the whole project, and all of that is local. So the concrete comes from Cumbria, the stone actually comes from the site itself most often, and if not, it's stone that's brought in that's not Site 1 stones is quarried in Cumbria, and other parts of the civils are actually labour, etc., which is all local to the area. So overall, when you look at the whole cost of a project and you look at where the cost and money is moving, most of it is within Cumbria, which is very much our company ethos.
At Ellergreen, we've worked with a wide range of clients to bring hydro back into the Lake District. What's common about all our projects is that the hydro scheme we're bringing forward is very often the only viable means of diversification available in that valley, and already the income from those hydro schemes is being used to support conservation in that valley, whether it's tree planting, deer fencing, restoration of moorland habitat, walling, and so on. The money before the scheme was there just wasn't available to reinvest in the environment, and hydro is a fantastic and a very long-term way to actually bring an income back into these areas. Hydro's also been very important on hill farms. Again, if you're a hill farmer, you have very few choices in terms of what you can do to bring an alternative source of income into the farm. And while our hill farm schemes have not been they haven't been community schemes, what they're doing is they're ensuring that a community of farmers is actually going to remain on their holdings for many decades to come. What we hope we can achieve by working with Community Energy Cumbria and actually supporting the creation of Community Energy Cumbria is to make it easier for community schemes to get off the ground. We know, I know, Adam knows, we know what you need to do. We know the pitfalls. We know where projects can go wrong and be delayed. So hopefully we can actually work with communities to get many, many more schemes off the ground. We don't want to see one or two. We want to see multiple schemes in community ownership of, getting off the ground. Killington is just, it's an example. It's a not a prototype, but it's a precursor to what we hope will be many more schemes. I think also the community ownership model really fits well with hydro. It's very long term. It's very sustainable, and also if you look at how financially these schemes set up now, the various government programs that are aiming to support community projects, community investment, things that benefit the community. Like the timing is really, really good now for the creation of Community Energy Cumbria.
And at the end of the day, when it's your money, you want your money to be used in your area. You want it to be used in a way that long term is doing something good. And if you are willing to look very long term, you actually want your money to go into something that will actually outlive yourself, even possibly. When I'm putting my own money into hydropower, I'm actually creating a bit of a legacy, and I like to think, in retirement I'll go and have a walk around some of these projects that have a few funds of mine in them, and I'll feel very proud about it, and I'll feel that actually that's been something quite positive. And the great thing about hydropower is it typically lasts 80 years or 100 years. So there's this longevity to the system, and that's very attractive for someone who is willing to look to the next generation.
We hope that we can share a bit of that excitement, generate a bit more excitement amongst people, because we really see the virtues of raising and investing money locally. Anybody investing can come, visit the scheme, might have to wear a high vis and a hard hat if you're coming during construction, but you come and see where your investment is going. Even better than that is that every pound is actually being spent in the Lake District and Cumbria. All of our suppliers on this Rydal scheme project are within 10 to 20 miles of where we are today, some of them even closer. This is a really local project. Our Killington project, same thing. The local bit, is really, I guess, central to our passion for hydro.